Across the world, Chinese people and those of general East Asian descent are reporting a spike in verbal and physical attacks.
Discrimination have also come forward.
The greatest enemy we face is not the virus, it's the stigma that turns us against each other.
But is COVID-19 really to blame for people's racism?
My biggest fear right now is that people take it too lightly and then that everything goes out of control.
What shall I say? I think 3 questions is enough. These are really. So the daily routine is before, like we have a worship, we have classes, so we wake up early to go worship and ready for the classes.
First, I wake up and I wash my hand and I used to go for breakfast.
At the beginning of this lockdown, somehow, people are still playing volleyball, basketball, and all those games.
It's affected me personally that I cannot go home also.
Since the government is becoming strict, we cannot do anymore, but still people are playing outside.
But now, since we know that we don't have classes and worship also don't have, because the government said that there will be no gathering, so.
Racial discrimination against people from the northeastern states in the wake of the novel coronavirus scare.
Kind of the conflation of people who have been to a high-risk area with people who just look similar is where a lot of these problems are emerging.
And also, unfortunately, there's been a rise in racism against our brothers and sisters from northeastern India, and because of many reasons, but I feel like society as a whole has taken a plunge, and it's not a very pretty picture.
Nine employees from the call center was chased out from the working place by police.
They got fired.
And not fired actually. They were chased out. And when they were explaining themselves, that were not Chinese. They don't still believe. Even the owner explained to the police officers that they are not Chinese, they are Indians, but they didn't still agree that. I think they could have shown their documents also, for sure. They took them to police station, and then even the doctors don't believe that they are not Chinese, okay? They're Indians, they don't believe. So they were admitted in the hospital, and later on, what happened is they make a video and upload on social media, and later on, people came to know, a police officer came to rescue them in the hospital.
In Delhi, one guy, he spit on one Manipuri girl because they thought that that girl is from China. So that's how we face problem. That's called racism, I would say. Especially this, because of this coronavirus, it become more worse. People are taking us differently, looking at us in a different way. I pray and hope that it will not happen in future again.
It's during times like these that disunity is our biggest enemy. We can see around us just what happens when we allow ourselves to be divided on basis of race, financial status, and any other man-made barrier. And we shouldn't let that weigh us down from being the united entity that could possibly help people out from the results of the virus we are facing now. Whether it be depression or lack of money or lack of food, whatever it may be that people are suffering because of. We can see that Christ's life was one of self-sacrifice. He always reached out to those around him, regardless of their physical condition, regardless of their financial or positional status, regardless of their religious background, and regardless of where they came from or what they believed in or what they looked like. And maybe if we too can put aside our differences and reach out to our community in their time of need, then maybe we could be the change to bring the spirit of unity to a world that's slowly falling apart.